Welcome to it, sports fans. It is the MKT Show on a Friday version of Thursday, of course. This weekend being that great weekend of Easter. Good Friday. Good Friday or bad Friday?
Good. Look, wait, tomorrow or today?
In general.
It was a bit of a rush this morning.
Is this the only global holiday on Earth?
Christmas. No, but Easter's not.
Easter's global.
Well, no. In
Easter's-
Dubai, they're not
No,
celebrating.
Easter's not global.
Yeah, but,
Is there a global holiday? I just thought about it. Nobody in Saudi Arabia cares about Christmas.
Michael Jackson's birthday.
25th of June.
Oh, are we?
Valentine's Day.
Valentine. Love is an international language.
Unless you're dying alone.
Goodness gracious. All right. Well, this is actually a sports show. My name is MKT. This is the MKT Show, and the voices you hear with me after failure/graduate. What is your name? James Ellingsley.
That is my name.
James, how you doing, pal?
I'm good.
Yeah?
Bit of a rush
Yeah?
to get us all started this morning.
But we're here.
I'm glad to be back to the visuals.
Yeah.
I won't lie to
That's
you.
just because you like to see yourself. Oh, all right. Enough said.
It's a great beard, I'm just saying.
Portuguese president, people's president, and ultimately representative of De La Salle. Is that where you went?
It's good knowledge. That is some good knowledge there.
Yeah, Portuguese president, Paulo Diaz. How you doing?
Yeah, listen, I am good. I like this sort of banter at the beginning of podcasts because I feel it's at the beginning of shows.
Yeah.
It's very valuable for everyone listening. More asking, listeners and viewers, how are you? How's all the people out there in digital virtual land?
I do this for myself. This is not radio. This is not a democracy. The show's literally named after me.
It is not a democracy because just before this, in our conversations, you wiped out 3% of a certain population, just
Yeah,
like that.
you did.
You Thanos'd us.
You did.
It's gonna happen.
Thanos'd us.
We won't tell you which
Yeah.
population.
Numbers are numbers. I'm not emotional. You guys got emotional about it. I'm just telling you what's happening.
I wonder why we would get emotional. What do you think?
Exactly.
I'll just say.
Listen, facts don't care about your feelings, James. This is not Montessori. We get on with it. You guys spending time with family this weekend? It is Easter. It is. By the way, I would like to know from people. You can come and join us on Twitter using hashtag the MKT Show Live. Tell us, should there be a bad Friday? Is there a bad Friday? Because in the sciences, we always say for every action, there's a reaction. And if there is a good Friday, ipso facto, on the other side, maybe in the 8th dimension, a bad Friday. The other dimension, of course, being the east of Johannesburg.
Wow. I was just going to say that there is such thing as a bad Friday.
Okay, go ahead.
Friday the 13th.
Ah, okay.
This became a bad Friday because I thought we were going to be chill. This
No.
long weekend.
Oh, no,
you
no.
know, so this is like fake Friday.
Yeah.
So the Thursday before a long weekend Friday is bad Friday in that case.
So this weekend, of course, Paolo, I was saying to James yesterday, now just to explain to people, James is a man of faith, Paolo's a man of faith. I am not a man of faith, but I was saying to James, Jesus is so lucky that he didn't do the rock, I'm out of here thing now with millennials. Could you imagine him popping out of the rock and it's in Cape Town and there's some trust fund girl who's hiking, right? Like Lion's Head. Imagine he appeared on Lion's Head.
God.
That's it. He goes,
my God.
okay, guys, I've been gone for 2 days, and I figured out I can turn water into wine. What kind of wine? Like, never mind that he came back to life, right? Listen, I like that music, but we'll probably turn it off now. I do like it, though.
It's called
The bed music.
the bed music,
Yeah.
Slow Fade. Listen, I'd prefer not to comment on that. I prefer not to be struck by lightning.
Fair enough. All
And I think there's a thing. My it's part of the rules, and my daughter stays in the school as long as I don't blaspheme.
I got
Really?
you.
Is that actually a thing?
I don't know.
Hey, Gianluigi Buffon was fined 5,000 euros for saying or for using blasphemy. Italy takes religion very, very seriously.
I did read that last night.
5,000 euros. That is a real thing. He said the big man upstairs is a pig, and that is unaccepted.
Did he really?
Oh,
is that
yeah.
what he said?
Oh, yeah. That's no good. That is no good. So, yeah, got to be careful.
Yeah, you don't have a go at Agnelli like that.
Yeah.
The guy's trying to change European football. You can't call him a pig.
All right. Now that we've educated the world, great to have you guys with me. Hashtag Friday 5. Of course, that'll be, we'll start with that. But we're talking a little bit also, of course, the retirement of Kun Aguero, that'll have an effect across the board. And Liverpool-Arsenal this weekend. Some people say not really a big game, mid-table clash. Who cares? Listen, for us romantics, the Bullies, it's still a big game. So we'll give you our predictions there, and we'll take some social media questions, and we're going to have a bit of fun. All right, tell you what, let's start off with the Friday 5. By the way, like, share, subscribe, be a friend, tell a friend. Remember, you can watch us on YouTube, of course, or you can get us, of course, on wherever you get your podcasts, the MKT Show. All right, the Friday 5, let's get into it. The 5 greatest South Americans to ever play in the English Premier League. At number 5, listen, he had a bite to him. We all know that. He had 2 unbelievable seasons, 13-14. This is how good this guy was. He bit somebody. He was suspended in that season for 5 of the games going into that season. He still won the Golden Boot by 9 goals. Ladies and gentlemen, at number 5, the terrific, the toothy, his name's Luis Suarez. Unbelievable player. Just an unbelievable player. A rascal, but my God, great is great. At number 4, listen, he allowed Vieira, Loran, and Ashley Cole. I think he was the key. Very, very underrated. And I've always said, underrated failure in presentation. I think it happened for this guy. Humble to the core. Ashley Cole, Loran, Vieira all benefited and became legendary. He was an invincible staple. 5 terrific seasons at the great Arsenal. Listen, he's an invincible. You cannot have him in here. At number 4, the most anti-Brazilian player in the history of football. The truly great, Gilberto Silva. At number 3, I call him the Gilberto Plus package. All right, because reality is he's exactly what Gilberto is. All steel, all action, all character. What he does have that Gilberto maybe didn't have, he can get forward, and he's got sublime technique, and he's shown that for the last couple of years. Ladies and gentlemen, 3 titles later, and it's a 4th loading really this season. He's now the captain. He's now the driving force since Company left at Manchester City. The tremendous Fernandinho at number 3. At number 2, now he came over with another one of his mates from Argentina, and they caused a ruffle at West Ham. We all remember that infamous goal. This guy is the epitome. In life, there's a great saying. If you're in sport, you'll understand this. Be who you can afford to be in life. If you're talented, we're going to let you get away with more. Listen, we all do it as people. We let good-looking people get away with more. Do I like that? Not necessarily. But we all do it. We all do it all the time. This guy was the epitome of that. He knew who he could be. Rooney, Ronaldo, and this guy were unstoppable. Unstoppable for 2 years. 3 titles. 1 with Man City, 2 with Man United. He kept West Ham up single-handedly. At number 2, the great Carlitos Tevez. With his retirement impending at number 1. And he may be leaving, or not necessarily retiring. He is leaving Manchester City. He's the second best goal. He's got the second best goal ratio of all time, only behind the great Thierry Henry. He's only 6 goals behind Ashley Cole. He's on 187 currently, or he's on 181 currently. He's played 143 games less than Andy Cole. Let that one sink in. He's 6 goals behind Andy Cole, who played in the most dynastic Manchester United of all time. Team of all time. Nobody's been that dominant. He's played 143 goals less. 6 goals. Ladies and gentlemen, the greatest South American to ever grace the United Kingdom. 4 titles. 1 Martin Tyler voice box later. The one and only, the indomitable Sergio Kun Aguero. 5 Luis Suarez. 4 Gilberto Silva. 3 Fernandinho. 2 Carlitos Tevez at number 1. Kun Aguero with no competition. The only mistake he's made since I believe he's been in England is marrying Maradona's daughter.
I don't think that's a mistake.
That happened before.
Or was that before?
I think that happened before.
I guess we all make mistakes. But then I guess, hey, come to the Premier League. You understand what is good for you. Sergio Aguero, it's tough for me to see anybody else, Paulo, who's been on that level. I mean, that is another level.
Top 4, 5 Premier League goal scorers? And you consider like he misses large chunks of every season.
Yeah. He's got 6 less goals than Andy Cole, 143 games less.
Wow. Okay. Yeah.
I think he might be a legend. Might be.
You think so? He's
little
half
bit.
decent.
Aren't
eh?
they all getting statues though? Him, Company, and David Silver. They're getting statues.
Really?
Really?
I heard they're getting statues. They definitely get like training grounds and stuff named after them. But I think they're getting statues.
That's interesting.
That makes sense.
They must get the guy who did Ronaldo's statue.
Oh, that's shocking. Oh, my
That
goodness
guy.
gracious.
That guy, shame. Just to digress, right? So he got commissioned to do that Ronaldo bust for the airport, and it
Oh,
came out as a
Lord.
mess. And there's actually the story behind it of like how, I mean, it's like internationally ridiculed, and he fixed it. And the unfair thing is, nobody ever went back and showed the guy fixed it. That statue doesn't exist. That bust doesn't exist anymore. They fixed it.
No, but it's not good enough. Do you know, if you make a mistake of Jude Law on a statue, no problem. Like, no one cares.
Right.
Cristiano Ronaldo.
In his birthplace. To be fair, I do have to say
Oh, no. Dead.
Yeah.
There's no coming back.
that. I
from
did
it.
have to say.
Do you think
that.
he killed his entire career? Not Ronaldo's career, but the artist.
Ronaldo actually like met him and like was very sympathetic of going like, we all have bad days. We saw James this morning. Like
Yeah.
we all get like monumental F ups. And so no, Ronaldo's very sympathetic. Ronaldo's got another statue outside his museum in Madeira. And let me just say that is a very generous statue.
What do you mean?
Oh, down below.
Down below. Oh, okay. So you're saying.
Oh my God, you can hang a coat off that.
Generous, you say.
Very generous.
No, but that's a career killer. Like, he'll never work. Does he live in Madeira, this
Yeah,
guy?
yeah.
That's over for him. He's going to have to be a
No,
fisherman
I
again.
think he lives in Portugal. I think.
Yeah.
Fisherman.
No, you wouldn't.
Killed 3% of a population and now called my people fishermen.
No,
It's true. It's true.
Yeah.
But no one likes to hear it.
Yeah.
I enjoyed how you're talking about handsome people around Carlos Tevez.
Mm-hmm.
It's called a little bit of a juxtaposition. Not a good looking guy.
Who? Carlitos.
Oh my, that's a nightmare.
Yeah, no, but he's
It's kind of like
from the streets.
Diego Costa also. Not a very good looking guy.
Not handsome, huh?
No.
You like, well, what do you like? You like a handsome player, James?
I mean, I don't have preferences. I just thought we were talking about players that weren't really gifted.
Oh, okay. Well, it sounded like you were a little bit into. So do you have a juxtaposition too?
I'm not having this conversation.
Why, James? Are you not comfortable with your sexuality? It's 2021. I think you should be able to commend a man for being handsome. I always say your beard's nice. I'm heterosexual.
Are you though?
Oh, it's a good question. That is a good question. TBD. TBD. All right. So Diego Costa, huh? He can go to hell, is what you're saying.
Well, not in so many words. I just don't think he's the most attractive human being.
Why? Okay, I suppose technically he's not South American. Diego Costa.
That's very technical. Yeah.
That is quite technical. Okay. I get your logic.
I'm sure I'm not the only person that thinks Diego Costa's a little bit on the ugly side.
No, he's super ugly, Diego Costa. Well, I mean, we're not exactly. This isn't exactly the GQ podcast.
Yeah, he does.
men.
Yeah, this is not. I
That's-
mean, this is three men who,
Who
Yeah.
think they're good looking.
No, I've never
No.
ever thought that
God.
about myself. Never.
God, no.
I've literally never said that about myself ever.
Even with your ego.
I frighten
No,
myself
no, no.
daily.
Yeah, it's scary. That's why I've got no mirrors. The only mirrors are in my bathroom so I can brush my teeth. That's
Ah,
it.
Smart move.
Yeah.
It is a smart move.
Do not want to look at this mug. Yeah, look, Suarez, Silva, Fernandinho, Tevez, Aguero. I couldn't pip anyone else in there. Did I miss anyone off?
Can we do a list of the 5 worst South Americans? No, I think there's been a lot of bad South Americans. There's been a lot of like expected more and flopped.
Well, I think I know who you're talking about. Kleberson being number 1 because he came out of that World Cup 202 team, right?
The logic of that, right? I mean, but I remember watching him in that World Cup and he was good. He was like, he did what he needed to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, South Americans just, so I think when a South American stands out in the Premier League, it's quite a thing because they don't. They tend to battle a little bit.
Hey, you're Iberian. Is the Iberian thing true of the weather? Like, I know all
I
of
think
my...
it's culture. I think
yeah, I'm with you. The food. Because, by the way, if you live in the United Kingdom, and we do have a few listeners in the UK, your weather is unbearable. Like, it is, it makes people miserable. It's just the pound that keeps us there.
Yeah, but I think it's just culturally, and you do see like the South Americans in the Premier League, a whole bunch of them had a COVID party from West
Yeah.
Ham and Spurs players.
Yeah.
So they do tend to congregate together, and maybe we'll see a few more success stories, but it's not a beaten path.
And, it's so interesting that you say that. So for listeners who don't know, it was an interesting revolution. While I was in Russia at the time, I was telling the story. Was it yesterday? 2 days ago.
Yeah.
About how the Russian sort of billionaires were being told to buy clubs by you know who, and there was actually something interesting that happened in the Ukraine at the same time. Was that they started using the Ukraine and Russia. Literally, this was the term they used, was to Europeanize players, because guys would come, as you say, from South America. As you say, it's a whole culture shock, the weather, food. I would imagine. Culture spreads everywhere, right, across the spectrum.
And it's like Shakhtar Donetsk.
So Shakhtar was actually the place
Before they had to move.
Yeah.
I mean, they like had a Brazilian bubble, and they didn't leave their compound. They had like Brazilian shops, and they like built Brazil land, Rio land,
Oh yeah,
where Neymar goes. And they
When
that's only for his sister's birthday.
I was about to say when his sister has a birthday.
so that they could acclimatize. And I mean, Shakhtar have had like outrageous success. I mean, Fernandinho came from there, Willian,
yeah.
Fred, all came through
Yeah,
there.
who's the other one? Renato. All of them, didn't they? I think Renato.
They
was there.
did. There's lots of Douglas Luizes that came through there because it's constantly a Douglas. I think it's like mandatory. You have to have a Douglas Luiz floating
Yes.
around your squad
Yes.
somewhere.
That's the one, hey?
No,
Douglas Luiz.
you have to have one.
It's like there was another common Portuguese name floating around for a while, but Douglas Luiz is the one.
It's also like what are the other ones? Sissoko's. You need a Sissoko. Can't go anywhere without a Sissoko.
Man City should just swap for the Real Madrid guy. No one will know the difference.
Same
No one will
shit
know the
over-
difference. Just swap. They look exactly the same. They've
And
got-
Mendy's.
Oh no, it's Mendy who I'm thinking
It's
of.
Mendy's. You're thinking of Mendy's.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
there's
the
a-
other Sissoko plays for Tottenham.
Yeah.
yeah, he could.
There's lots. There's Sissoko's. They're all over.
Sissoko
and
here,
Dembele's. Sissoko's, Dembele's, and Mendy's.
Yeah, there's a Dembele at Tottenham. There was a Dembele at Tottenham before the new Dembele arrived.
Yeah,
Yeah, and then there's Dembele at Barcelona, and then there's a Dembele at Lyon.
Jeez.
And then, I mean, further down, there's just Dembele's everywhere. You can't swing a Sissoko without hitting a Dembele.
as the old adage goes. As the old adage goes. All right, that is the Friday Five, the greatest South Americans to ever actually play in the Premier League. That is incredible, incredible stuff. All right, you know what? We should probably. Do you know? I can't wait, and it's my show. I believe this is the greatest game show. It's the greatest game show under the sun. It's got the greatest name. It rhymes. It's brilliant. It's got production factor this week.
Ooh,
I mean, these are all massive, massive things.
the production value this week is skyrocketed.
Oh, it's unbelievable.
Skyrocketed.
You know what? I'm proud of everyone here because it's difficult to sort of be humble when you know you're the finest, because we're obviously the best
Absolutely.
sports show in the world.
Absolutely.
But we're humble enough to go, you know what? We can get better. We can get better. And that's testament to our character. Ladies and gentlemen, the greatest thing going on in the sun. Right now, we're about to play Drogba or Pogba. And Paolo, of course, are there rules even?
There are rules. So, Drogba or Pogba, very simple game. Name a goal, and you say, was it scored by Drogba or Pogba? 50-50. It's got a shelf life because Pogba has not scored as many goals as Pogba. Pogba has not scored as many as
No.
Drogba. You see what happens?
It's that easy. It's that easy.
It's that easy, and you're out of the game.
The scientists are calling it the Drogba-Pogba gate.
Yes.
What you've just done there, it's a dilemma. It's the classic Drogba-Pogba dilemma.
I mean,
You know?
who hasn't
Yeah.
had a Drogba-Pogba
Oh,
dilemma? So it is a best of 5. If you get it wrong, your opponent immediately gets the point.
Oh no.
all right.
Oof. Oof.
Are you kidding me? Right
Look at
now?
this.
Are you kidding me?
Do we all have to make our voices deeper to make more intense?
I'm in. I mean, I don't have to because I got a great voice anyway. But
Look how hectic
are
it
you
is.
kidding?
No, this is
Production value.
who wants to be a Drogba Pogba millionaire?
I've got the Ogbas now.
Drogba Pogba still richer than Zimdala billionaires.
Yeah.
This is incredible. I'm feeling this with the music.
We
this week.
should just leave this on for the rest of the show.
And then just go take lunch.
Yeah,
Umbelelo won last week.
He did.
I did.
By the
Maiden.
skin of his teeth.
I did win.
Uruguay 1930. That's Umbelelo.
That's winners win, losers lose.
He will go down in law.
The music.
Big production. A huge professional show.
It's intense.
Right. Champions League match. The first goal, very early in the game. Either Drogba or Pogba. Scored a goal very early in the game against Bayern Munich. The game ended in a 4-2 win for his side. Was the goal scored by Drogba, Pogba?
Man United beating Bayern Munich 4-0. Would that have been possible recently? Oh. 4-2. It's got to be Drogba. I just can't. I can't remember Man United beating Bayern Munich 4-2. Got to be.
Locked in.
That's my final answer.
Good. Good. It was a Champions League game. Juventus played in the Champions League.
Oh,
That was Pogba. James is on the board.
Yay.
Pogba scoring in the 6th minute against Bayern Munich. That seemed like an epic game. Went into extra time. 4-2.
oh yes, that's when they went to the final
15-16.
and they lost.
Mm.
Don't we have a sound for that one? For a
Oh, you want to hear the sounds?
I do.
Yeah,
I do.
absolutely.
I'm very excited.
You see, you made a mistake.
All production all the time.
Just to rub it into him a little.
You see, you made a mistake.
Oh, you made a mistake.
That's Paul Pogba
Sorry,
himself.
buddy.
It's not over yet.
Sorry, buddy.
Ashamed of you.
It's not over yet.
1-0 to James. James,
Hello.
can you get a bit of a lead?
I'm going to try to. I had a lead last week, but I lost it.
Not Leeds, but Aston Villa
Yeah.
were the opposition.
Right.
Aston Villa flying high. 5th. They were 5th at the time of this match. A 1-1 draw. Did Drogba or Pogba score the 1 against Aston Villa? Drogba or Pogba? 1-1.
No pressure.
Villa 5th.
Unbelievable.
Think about it. Therein lies the clue.
I'm sure Villa were doing well at the beginning of the season.
I'm going to have to push you for an answer.
I got so lost in the music there for a sec.
Great hosting.
It's so intense. I'm probably gonna regret it. But I'm gonna go with Drogba.
Probably not going to be appropriate.
But for letting my people down.
Oh,
Did I get it wrong?
Like I said, it's not appropriate. You got it right. 2-0 lead
Oh.
for James.
What is the appropriate one? Is it this one?
I don't know.
We still managed to win.
Yay!
Not playing well.
unbelievable. So I'm at 2-0 down.
Not playing well, but I still managed to win.
You 2-0 down. That was 2006. Aston Villa, Chelsea 1-1.
There you go.
Yo.
Yeah, 2-0 down. All right.
Game ends now. Game ends now. If you get this wrong, the game ends
Oof.
now.
This is what I'm made for.
Whitewash.
No, this is what I'm made for. This is what I'm made for. The big moments.
Okay.
I deserve this.
Do you?
The opposition was Newcastle United. Drogba or Pogba scored both goals in a 2-0 win. Newcastle beaten 2-0. Both goals. Drogba or Pogba.
Blimey. This is tough. This is for everything. I remortgaged my house to be here. 2-0 Newcastle. When would Pogba have done that? My final answer, Didier Drogba. I can't imagine Pogba getting 2 goals.
We're going back to 2004 when he played for Marseille. Drogba,
But we still managed to win.
Did he get it?
Not playing well, but
Let's go.
you're on the board.
Let's go.
2-1.
No pressure, James. If you mess this up, I get the point and I probably get to go and win it, huh?
2-1, the most common score in football.
There it is.
Well, let's.
It has completely flipped. Because now, completely flipped.
The pressure's all on James now.
Not just yet. Almost.
Well, you if you don't get this, it's 2-2, and then I get to go and win it. I think. Am I correct?
But it's best of 5, isn't it?
The Newcastle game
Oh, okay.
was a UEFA Cup game.
UEFA Cup game.
I'm just going back to the previous one, not to confuse you. No, we're in Swansea now. Swansea.
Ah, okay.
James, we're in
In
Swansea.
Wales.
Swansea in Wales.
Swansea.
A 15th minute goal. Opener. His team ran out 3-1 winners in the end. Drogba or Pogba?
Sure.
3-1.
I'm not going to lie to you. I don't... Oh, no, it could have been Drogba, actually. Because there was a time where... What's that dude's name? Mishu. The long hair striker.
Yeah, one season wonder.
Yeah.
Him and the Egyptian guy,
Yeah.
the same season from Wigan. Yo, those two had crazy seasons together.
Not El Shar. No, El Sharawi is the
He like
Al
had
Mohammedi. No,
Yeah.
he's
oh,
the Aston
no,
Villa.
he had guys. I don't know. He had one fantastic
Yeah,
season
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
and disappeared. But that's not what we're talking about right now.
Sorry,
we're talking about
Sorry.
It's the pressure. The pressure's getting
the
to
opening
James.
goal in a 3-1 win against Swansea. Drogba or Pogba?
No pressure.
I'm going to go with...
Just remember, no pressure. You get this right, you win. Get it wrong, it's a tie game.
Mainly because I can't remember Drogba or a time where Drogba even played against Swansea. I'm going to go with Pogba.
It has to be a big. It has to be a big one because hopefully, I want a lot of kids.
I don't know what relevance that has. 2-all. 2-all.
Let's go
2-all.
for the win.
What year was that?
For the win.
It was pretty recent. I think it was Mourinho's first season.
I'm gonna win this,
I don't put the date down.
Damn it.
and I will dance on your grave.
It
But
was
it's-
Mourinho's first season because Zlatan scored the second and third goal.
Ah,
There you have it.
but it's
So it's
first
quite
to 5,
recent.
so he's not about to go on and win it, is
Not first of 5, best
Best
of
of
5.
5. Yeah, it's like
Best-
penalties.
Best of 5.
he? But I still have a chance of winning, so...
Well,
no,
only if he
still
gets it
carry
wrong.
on.
Yeah, if I get it wrong, you win. This is literally sudden death. By the way.
Sudden death now.
Yeah,
Okay.
2-all.
I'm made for this.
Are you going to do an acceptance speech also?
Probably.
Now, bearing in mind, I've thrown in Champions League, UEFA Cup, Europa League, leagues.
Yep.
Could be anything. The opposition, could you go, oh, did he play in this league? It's a red herring.
I'll keep that in mind.
Because the opposition is Real Betis Bolompi.
Mm-hmm.
I love saying that. It's going to be this fun name. So
That is
satisfying.
Real Betis?
Everyone calls him Real Betis, but you got to give Real Betis Bolompi. You got to go the whole way.
You do, and you also need to remember they had the world record signing of Nielsen
oh
at a
God.
stage with
Remember that.
Joaquin on the right.
Joaquin's still playing for
Yeah,
them.
he is. He's about what 96.
Still, no, it's 40, 41.
How come I didn't get a chance to, like, postpone my thing? What's happening here?
Well,
Well, he hasn't heard the.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. You guys are postponing for him.
I'm being educational.
You see, you made a mistake.
There you go.
You made the mistake by questioning the games master.
Exactly.
Sorry,
exactly.
sir. I'll never do it again.
After.
I'm sitting here as Jeremy Maggs. Remember when Jeremy Maggs did the local Who Wants to Be a Billionaire?
What is he
Billionaire?
up to now?
Jamie retired. He's taking a break. He's under a lot of stress.
Burnout.
No, and burnout. He's taking a
It's
break.
gonna happen.
Right. Real
Let's
Betis
do it.
Bolompi.
Yes.
Thumped them. Thumped Real Betis Bolompi 4-0.
So they beat Real Betis, or Betis beat them.
They beat Real Betis.
Okay.
His team beat Real Betis Bolompi. Only got one goal though.
Real Betis. When would United have played them? Juventus. When were they back in the Champions League?
Just to tell you guys, I could be even include friendly matches in this.
Oh, okay. See, that opens up a whole new world.
That could be a friendly, right?
Who knows? I'm including friendly matches. I
Okay.
didn't say this is a friendly.
All right. So this is really a gamble. Would they play Spanish sides? England, Italy.
Drogba or Pogba? Yo, what you got? You got to think. You got to think. Now friendlies on play. So much.
And he only scored one goal.
Only scored one. It was a 4-0 win. That's comprehensive.
That is comprehensive.
The Real Betis on Mickey Mouse. They're a decent. I'll give you a game.
Do you know what?
Intense. And this was. I can't say what I'm going to say because I'll give it away.
No, yeah, I was going to say, if you say the date,
No.
then I'll know.
I was gonna say the venue.
Oh, okay. Oh, that would give it a... Oh. Does that narrow it down?
Could.
No,
Who knows?
because every football team has a home venue.
And it could be friendlies. Friendlies you could play neutral. You could be playing in America.
You know what? I'm going Paul Pogba with no logical reasoning at all. I just can't see an English team seeing any reason to play against Real Betis.
Final answer. Well, it is your. I'm not letting you change.
That is my final answer.
You're saying Paul Pogba.
Paul Pogba. That is my final answer.
Do it. Give it to me. Give it to me.
It's been a fair run because we've had Pogba scored 2, Drogba scored 2 so far in our game.
Give it.
Scored 2 all.
Give
James went into a 2-0 lead.
He did.
He did.
Crumbled.
Umbalelo fought back 2 all.
Give it to me.
Fantastic.
Give it to me.
Like Portugal. Portugal went to 2-0 lead.
Stop it.
Serbia. Umbalelo was the Serbia in this.
I was.
Is this third going to be across the
Stop.
line?
Great show hosting.
Is it me?
I asked you
Oh my god.
who scored the first goal in a 4-0 win against Robert Spelumpi.
Great show hosting.
You told me Paul Pogba.
I did.
You see, you made a mistake.
Oh, you're joking.
Drogba,
You are joking.
2005.
Nailed it.
This is the worst day of my life.
Nailed it.
Well done, James.
Thank you.
You are absolutely
I forgot which one was the hand clapping.
kidding me. That's devastating.
I can imagine.
Yeah, that's exactly what it feels like
And then
For James.
for James. All right, James, well done. You want to do a speech?
I do.
Go ahead.
I would love to. I'd like to thank my brain
Mm-hmm.
for not giving up on me. Fair enough, right? Should have had graduation music.
Well, I mean,
Anyway.
make the speech.
We're adding, like we're saying,
Yeah.
we're adding. I
Layers.
think we went up
Layers.
your 8 levels. today.
Layers. You got to
8.
add layers.
We went from like a newly found club in the National League.
Conference, yeah.
We went Vela League to like World Club Championships.
Look at us
Today.
go.
Great performance.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'd like to thank my brain. I'd also like to thank your brain for
Sure.
giving up on you.
Oh, wow.
I'd like to thank my family. I
Yeah.
always knew in my heart that I could do this.
Your heart of hearts.
In my heart of hearts. And here we are today. One of the
As-
proudest moments of my life.
James, you should be proud. That's 1-1. You put yourself on the board. And I'd like to thank the general format of the show that has got no limitations and allows us to just pad and go on and on and
Yeah.
on forever because that music was looped as a 10-minute bed. And I thought, oh, we'll never go to it. It switched over.
Yeah.
So,
Wow.
yeah. So,
Yeah. So that's good hosting on your part.
Go
But I,
us.
but I feel that captured the nation.
It did.
eh?
I think it did.
The
I
greatest
think-
show on
I-
earth.
I think it captured the
Absolutely.
nation.
People are already saying all over the world, greatest show on earth, greatest host on earth. Probably there was probably fixed.
Best
There's
beard
no
on
ways
earth.
James could win. This is the kind of things that people are saying.
For sure.
Like, I want to say the Olympics are under threat.
You've got to at least consider that.
Do we just, I mean, I don't know.
Cancel Tokyo.
I don't know.
Yeah. Listen, the numbers speak for themselves.
I don't know.
Hashtag cancel Tokyo. Hashtag, hey, that was Drogba or Pogba. I'm absolutely devastated to have lost that.
So we're 1-1 now. Next week will be the tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Right?
We need to have a scoreboard because we're going to like forget. I'm going to lose track of this. Already I'm like, it's Google Docs and I've got things all over the place and there's like links in there and James looks and then I go, oh no, James is looking through the window to get a reflection.
Yes.
I can't even see
Oh, James
your
cheated.
iPad there.
Oh, the fixes.
No,
in.
no. It was because I strategically even made my screen bigger
Ah.
and hid the answers
Ah, okay. So James didn't cheat.
because I know scoundrel. I know scoundrel when I see one.
Don't be a sore loser just because you lost.
Well, we're investigating the process.
No, the process is legit. This is not. I'm not Jerome Falker here. This thing is legit as chips, as they say.
Ladies and gentlemen, the greatest show on earth, called Drogba or Pogba. Loved it. Didn't love losing, but James, in the end, the victor, 1-1. at the moment. Yeah, they're, the hordes of crowds.
It's
going berserk.
character building, but it's character building because I think last week James built his character to this week,
Mm,
and then now you can build your character
and bounce back.
just bounce back.
Or
So
lose.
this is fascinating. It's fascinating.
It is.
Hashtag cancel Tokyo.
Hashtag. Yeah. You use that hashtag. Hashtag cancel Tokyo. And hopefully we go viral for that. All right. Listen, that was a great game. It's the greatest game on earth. People are saying on this side of the equator. Should we finish off on this? Bobby Firmino is one of the guys that plays for Liverpool. Just so you know, James. Do you know him?
I'm very well aware.
All right. Big game this weekend. Let's transition over Arsenal. Play Liverpool this weekend. How are you feeling about that? James, huge Liverpool fan, by the way.
Yes. I don't know, actually. I would be more confident in Liverpool, but at this point, I'm not really sure. Coming back from the international break, not having the full strength squad, so I have no idea.
Effects if you lose this weekend, do you think it's over? Top four? Oh, sorry, is top four still on actually for Liverpool in your mind?
Look, I think there is still a small chance for us to make top four, but it won't be there for much longer if we continue with the way we're going. That's how I feel.
So how are you feeling about Liverpool currently? A little sad?
A little hurt. It's hard to go from, completely dominating the Premier League and Europe the last 2 seasons to, losing 7-2 to Aston Villa.
You know why I find that ridiculous for Liverpool fans? It's like the guy who got rich at 40 and now he thinks he's a Mac, like never got a girl until he was like 40 and his IT company hit. And then now he's got the girl and now he thinks he's the main man. Liverpool fans didn't win a title for 30 years. This is your norm, what's happening now for Liverpool. Why are they sad?
Because it's Fergie's fault.
Oh, that's true.
It's always Fergie's
It's
fault.
blame Fergie.
It's Fergie's
David
fault.
Beckham and
Fergie,
and
because
all of them.
Fergie had influence on the refs in the 90s, and that's now why. That's why
Ah.
they say it now.
I blame the class of 92.
No,
I do.
exactly. Everyone knows.
I do.
Everyone
Okay,
knows.
so that's what it is. Huh?
Absolutely.
Bunch of-
100%.
So this, Paulo, what you're saying this weekend, because I think Arsenal obviously not making top four, but if Liverpool lose this weekend, is that kick in the gut sack or is it still on, do you think, for top four?
I said the other day, I think Liverpool are in for a strong finish. They're not going to finish the season quietly.
Mm.
Diego Jota scores 3 goals in the international break.
Yeah.
And that's gonna lift them. Van Dijk, how far is Van Dijk?
Pretty close. I've
Yeah.
seen videos in the past sort of 2 weeks of him actually on the field kicking a ball. So
Joe Gomez.
I have no idea about his progress.
Trent's had a break. Allison's had a break. Salah, I think he only played 1 game.
What, international?
Mm.
Yeah.
He only played
Yeah,
1.
he played well also.
Yeah. So I just think, and Fabinho.
He's good.
Mm,
I
so
do love him.
I just think that they're going to have a strong finish. I put them as
Even if they lose this weekend, you're not...
they're not going to lose though. I think this is the start of another unbearable few weeks
All right. Well,
as a United fan, because Liverpool are going to turn the corner and they're going to forget that 6-game losing streak or whatever it was, but they're going to have a strong finish.
all right. Well, tell you what, let me have some music there. I'm going to pick my first 11 for the weekend. So I'm doing a combined 11 and then we'll come back to that conversation there with Paulo. So I'm doing combined 11 Liverpool, Arsenal, available players and players that can play this weekend. And then I will give my prediction and then we'll get into it. At goalkeeper, although he's been calamitous, they had another guy called Calamity James before. The other guy's mediocre. I've always thought Leno was overrated. I've never liked him at all. Because my problem with Leno is that he's a traditional goalkeeper in the modern day game. If you want to be at that level, sweeper keeper is the minimum requirement. You got to take Alisson, right? You do. Although he has been a mess for 3 months, it's not saying much really. At right back, this will make Paulo happy. He's Portuguese. This doesn't really say anything because everybody loves Trent Alexander-Arnold, and now everybody is up in arms about, oh my goodness, he's not going to get an England team because he is the 5th best right back in England. He's not as good as Reece James. Forget that. He can't defend. So at right back, I got Cedric, right? Cedric's the best of the lot. Bellerin's just a vegan with a man bun. Oh, James just put in Alexander-Arnold there.
I'm pretty sure that's what you put in.
Is that what I sent you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's
well,
why I looked at this and I was
all
like,
right,
that's
listen,
not correct.
high level production, but I would rather take Cedric, to be honest with you. I don't know why I would have put Alexander Arnold there.
So Cedric in place of Alexander Arnold, right?
No, most definitely.
Okay.
It's not even. Sorry.
Apologies for that.
That's on me. But anyway, we'll move on. I take Cedric at right back because Alexander Arnold can't defend. And I can't have that at an elite level when things aren't going well. Centre back Gabriel with Pablo Mari for me. That's just because everyone else is injured, right? Left back, I think Robertson's been, along with Luke Shaw, probably the best left backs in the game. And I think the problem for Alexander Arnold is that everyone can see how well Robertson's playing and things are falling apart. It's like, oh, okay, so it's possible to still be playing at that elite level. What's going on? So I'm not too sure what's going on there. But for me, Robertson on the left. In the holding mid, Fabinho, he picks himself. He's been an absolute rock. My only problem with him is he loves an injury. Otherwise, I would consider him one of the top players in the Premier League. Thiago has been awful all season, but who else do I pick from Arsenal? I'm not picking... folks, potential gets you fired. I'm not picking... what's the Ghanaian lad's name?
Partey.
He hasn't done anything. Everything's on potential, but he hasn't played more than 3 games in a row at any sort of elite level. So how do I pick that guy? Don't tell me about potential. You need to deliver in the Premier League, otherwise you got to go. Thiago's been awful, better than anything Arsenal have got, because Xhaka's just a mess, right? Wijnaldum has been arguably top 3 Premier League midfielders box to box for the last 2.5 seasons. You can't overlook him. He does everything, and he's got that typical Dutch technique, and he holds it together. Doesn't lose the ball, great physicality, and he'll get you a goal. He'll get you a goal up front. The front 3 pick themselves. Please be quiet. Salah, Firmino, Mane. Don't even start. Don't even start with Bukayo Saka. Don't even. Don't you dare. Don't you dare.
What position is that guy?
It's a good question.
Partey.
He's the Essien of forwards.
Saka, yeah. Because I've seen him right, on the right.
Yeah.
But is he wing back, right mid, right? He's just right.
He's played left back before.
I've seen that as well.
Yeah, no, terrific left foot.
I was doing right with my left hand, but you know what I mean.
I do know what you mean.
Yeah.
He's a terrific player. And 19. He's by English standards, he's terrific. But
There's something there. I think he is a bit of a disappointment as an English player because he doesn't have a double barrel name.
yeah, that's true.
And I think that's just got to be the on vogue thing.
Yeah, Alexander Arnold, blah, blah, blah.
Smith Rowe.
Smith Rowe.
Smith Rowe.
Is that what sells these days?
That's what you
I
need.
just noticed that. I just think that if you're a young English player, you got to have a double barrel name.
Gives you that sort of feel.
Ward Prowse.
Ward
No,
Prowse.
he's Scottish or something.
No, he's
He's
English.
English.
He's
He's
English.
very English.
Exactly. That's
Yeah.
it. That's it.
Ward
So,
Prowse.
that's a lot of letters. Those Premier League letters are £7 a
Shit,
letter. Yeah, Saka, what's that going to give you?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Get
Clown.
on. Get
He's
on.
even got a single digit number. Do me a favor.
Terrible.
This is clown college, yeah.
Clown college.
But he's not getting in above Salah, Mane, and Firmino. There's just too much there that they've done. And he hasn't done anything. Like, people keep giving him credit. Folks, Arsenal are, 9th? Sorry. No. Like, this is a terrible season for Liverpool, and they're 6th. These, okay, sorry. No. And listen, these 3 are far better than he is. And potential gets you fired. I'm not big on potential. I need to see, can he do 15 goals a season for 3 seasons in a row? And then we'll talk. And these 3 have delivered. Your thoughts on my side, Paolo? Keep in mind that I did put Cedric in instead of Alexander Arnold.
Yeah, that's super generous. Talking about 4th best left backs and whatnot. This was it's like the worst homework assignment ever, because I felt like I was studying and I was very keen to study, very keen to do the homework, but my book was wrong. How can you legitimately, in good faith, try to put one Arsenal player in a Liverpool side, even the centre backs? Okay, so that's fine. That's what you did there. It's just actually quite sad that there's such a disparity. You can't make an argument for one Arsenal player legitimately.
That was also my problem this morning when I was trying to come up with a combined XI, because I didn't want it to look like I was favoring Liverpool because I'm a Liverpool supporter. But who do you pick?
You can't in good faith do it.
Is Kabak better than Gabriel?
He's
No,
he's not better,
No,
but
no,
he's had a good couple of games and a good start to his Liverpool career.
Just pull up the Premier League log there, and you can have a look who's got a better defense. That's why I picked those. I mean, because who's the other option? Who's Nico Williams, and who's the other kid at Liverpool?
It's that other guy, the Phillips.
No.
Who's the one they bought from like division from championship?
It is Phillips.
No,
It's
I'm
Phillips,
not
yeah.
picking either of them off of
He's
Murray.
about 27 meters tall.
Yeah.
Also,
No, I think it's just like you cannot, as a knowledgeable football person, even Arsenal fans wouldn't put.
I think Arsenal have a better defense than Liverpool, actually.
Yeah, but would you take
at
them
the
their
moment,
players?
at
No,
the moment,
well,
they do.
of what's available, I'm not taking any of those Liverpool guys right now. Have you seen what Liverpool's been at the back? They lost 6 at home. No. I don't want these young kids. Oh no, Kabak. Have you seen what he's been doing? The one he nearly put past Alisson. No. I'd rather have David Luiz over him.
I took the point of going. I would like to see some Arsenal players in the Liverpool side to see how what they do.
With
So
the
like
coaching.
that's interest.
Okay.
So Saka is one that I'd go. I'd like to see what he'd do. He would kill in that Liverpool team. Oh my God, he's got that
Movement.
power,
Yeah.
that energy, that up and down. That's why when I said he's right, like that is Klopp player.
Oh yeah.
Geez, that guy's lead guitarist in rock and roll football. Oh God, that guy's like
He's it. Heavy
guitar
metal
solos.
personified. Oh,
Yeah. So I'd like to see him what he'd do. I'd like to see Klopp just beat Aubameyang.
Oof.
They worked together though. He had him.
He did.
He had him, so
and flourished.
flourished. Well, listen, Aubameyang's done well. I mean,
Mm.
it's just. So I'd like to see that, and
Aubameyang for who though? Mane, Firmino, Salah. Who do you drop?
yeah, that's the thing. You know what I got to say to you? Well, so I would have. Tell me, like maybe I'm an idiot. Like maybe I just don't watch it closely enough. I don't get it, and numbers don't lie. And I'm a guy that goes, well, if the numbers are there, then obviously it's there. And I mean, what you're going to do? I mean, you can't. But I don't know. I'm going to say something weird now. I don't get Mane.
Wow. Okay, let's hear
I
it.
don't get it.
What do you mean?
I mean, I can't tell you what he.
Do you know what? As you're saying that, you know who I'm thinking of? Marcus Rashford. I don't get Marcus Rashford. For instance.
So that's the same for me.
Yeah.
It's like I get like everything's there.
Yeah.
But I'm just I don't get it. Like I don't. Like,
Do you
that-
not get the hype around him? Is that what you mean?
But there's no hype. But there isn't hype around him.
No, but I mean, like, do you not get why people say he's like one of the best left wingers in the Premier League, for example?
I don't get what he does in the team.
Mm.
Like I know he scores a lot of goals. I know what he does. Like I know he's raw. Maybe I just don't like him. I think it could just be as simple as that. I'd rather have, if you look at the impact Jota had, and this is also like super biased, but I think if you just saw this immediate impact Jota had and how the whole front line changed, I think then it goes, okay, I get that. I don't get Mane. I don't get it. There was that whole time when Mane was supposed to come to United, he turned United down, and maybe I'm bitter because I'm not bitter. Because I don't know what you would have done. I don't know if you would be better.
Well, he would have done a better job than Anthony Martial.
Well, I mean,
Okay,
that's like saying my dead grandmother.
Saying Mane has had outstanding coaching in England.
100%.
Outstanding.
For
Yeah.
sure.
He was with Pochettino,
Southampton, yeah.
and then he went with Klopp. He's had outstanding coaches that know how to work him. Okay, and maybe that's the thing. It's like there's a system that works for him, and he's just moved from one to the other. And maybe that's the thing. I don't see. So I think he would never have done this at United if he had gone. That's it. He would never had the level of coaching
Yeah.
or system. He wouldn't have had that. He's thrived in the systems he's had.
It's an interesting one because
I can't justify it. I
Yeah.
just don't get him. I don't get him.
You know, my thing about him is there's no holes in his game. Like, ask him to go up and down, he'll go up and down. He holds it up, play up front. I'm still not like he never has a noticeable drop because he gives you that effort level for that high quality. You know,
You don't have to find logic in what I said.
yeah.
'Cause
So
I don't.
okay, so money is not for you. No, fair enough. Because I listen to Man United fans going about Marcus Rashford and they put the numbers up, and I'm just like, no.
No, I'm with you. I mean, we've had this conversation before. I mean, let's not turn this into United conversation. But Rashford, and I think it's then borne out in his off the field and like what a good guy he is. It makes sense why he's not a killer on the football field.
You think so?
He's not a killer.
Yeah.
And you go, well, because he's not a killer. He's just a better human than any of us.
He's
Yeah.
a nice guy.
And an unbelievably talented human being.
Yeah, outstanding. But it goes like he's not a killer. He's not that Ronaldo level of egotist that'll get you that.
35 goals a season.
Like Martial's that level of egotist, but he doesn't have the
Oh, yeah.
ability.
A terrible player.
No, he's got it inverse. He's got it inverse.
So that let's move away from the United chat. But so yeah, I mean, just on that Arsenal Liverpool is that I personally think if I was a Liverpool supporter, I'd rather have Jota in my team every single day of the week than Mane.
then Mane. Oh, so you
Right
wouldn't
now.
and you with Salah, so you'd play him with Salah and
Oh,
Firmino.
Salah, you can't those goals, man. It's just
See, I know Mane can give me that as well. I don't like number one how greedy Salah is. For me, that's why I keep Mane because there is a hole in Salah's game.
huge, yeah.
Track back, no thanks.
You know what he also does is if Salah himself sees that he's having a terrible game within the first, let's say, half an hour, he stops
He
trying.
shuts down.
And Mane, if he sees he's having a terrible game within the first half an hour, he still continues to run up and down the field and support Andy Robertson or support Thiago in the midfield. And I think that's the stark difference between those two.
So,
James, you say that, hey? Liverpool supporters don't love Salah, do they? Am I wrong? Am I right? Or are they going off him a little bit? It's like
I mean,
if he goes, no one will cry.
Look, he's good but inconsistent, and that's what annoys me.
for me, you know, I was doing. We were talking yesterday. You know, this obsession with the goals thing. It doesn't end up to teams winning. And only 9 times in the 28 seasons that it's been the Premier League, that the Premier League's been on, only 9 times has a top goal scorer been the Premier League champion. So I'd much rather have Mane for that very reason. And you're seeing it now. Is look at Liverpool fall off a cliff. I'm still getting the Salah stuff, but I'm still getting the glory boy stuff. He's not dropping back, and Trent Alexander-Arnold, as much as he can't defend, it's wide open that channel. So with Sadio Mane, I think a big part is Robertson's got Mane as well covering for him. So you haven't seen a drop in Robertson. See, that's the problem. Is it has to be perfect for Salah. Otherwise, this is what you get. Like I'm still getting the goals, but then listen, we need help at the back. Come on.
Yeah, James, that's 100%. You can see Salah straight away.
So
and he will sulk, and he's just like, and then he'll start snatching at things, and he'll start taking on the whole team.
Yeah, and then it becomes ugly, and then it's just like Jurgen, just take him off now.
Jimbo, who what's your so wait, you didn't even give me your side. So at the back, what did you go? Allison, do you agree there?
Yep, 100%.
Right back, who would you have gone?
For chaos theory, let's go with Bellerin. Bellerin's a fantastic footballer. He really is. He is such a smart footballer.
He's solid.
Yeah, really good footballer. So let's just throw that up for
for
change.
Just for the lads,
Just
yeah.
for change.
Centre backs?
Centre backs, I think your centre backs you got there. Again, chaos theory. Let's throw David Luiz in front of Alisson and just see what happens. Do they play for Brazil together?
No, does Luis still play for Brazil? Surely
I
not.
think
No, he does. He played
does.
at the last World Cup,
Yeah.
2014.
I don't think he's retired.
No,
Wasn't the last
2018.
World Cup, yeah.
Yeah. Let's
David Luiz and Gabriel. So Murray out. Get the hell out.
let's go. Yeah, let's
Full Brazilian back.
No, let's put David Luiz and Kabak. Let's put them together and see what happens.
Do you enjoy losing?
And left back.
Not my team.
Yeah. Left back, who would you pick?
Left back, let's go with. Oh God, I hate Robertson. I can't stand him. Put Mane at left back. And so because I've got space for Jota.
He's gonna put Leno as a striker.
Yeah.
Is that your plan?
Oh, he's better than would be at
Who
keeper.
knows? I like your midfield. That is a good midfield. Jordan Henderson is like overhyped because he's
Is
a
he
cheerleader.
playing? Is he back?
He was injured. He didn't go on England duty.
He don't.
Yeah.
All right, we're like on who's available. Is
Yeah.
Thiago available? Surprise.
Yes.
He is available.
He is.
Shock of the year.
But he's better than Xhaka and Partey. I don't know what Partey is.
Oh, you had that. Okay, so I like your midfield. And then up front, I just have Jota in there. So I put Mane at left back so I can have Jota to prove. And Mane can play like as this inverse false 3, false 5.
Yeah, I got
What
you.
are left backs? 5. Can be a false 5.
Well, 3 in a back 4, yeah.
Yeah, he can be the third inversed winger, false 9, playing
Got
at
you.
left back.
Yeah. Just invented a position.
With David Luiz and Kabak as your centre forwards being false defenders. My God, I'm Pep Guardiola too.
You've reinvented the centre back position. So it's libero squared.
Put your libero up front.
Yeah.
Hey, so I feel like Bielsa, yeah.
Oh my goodness, you're a mad scientist.
I like just imagine that false 9 at left back.
No, you're a mad scientist. And listen, I'm not going to fight it.
Is Firmino in there in the
Of
team?
course, of course.
Nah, take him
Front
out.
3.
Take him out. Lacazette.
Lacquer, huh?
I like Lacazette. I think Firmino. There's a player that I get what you get, but he's cooked. And Lacazette in FIFA once had him in my ultimate team, and he scored a lot of goals for me
Oh,
and got me up the league. So I
That's
have
decisive.
loyalty
Is what
to
it is.
I've
great
I've
reason.
loyalty to
Decisive.
that.
wow.
I'm loyal to that.
That's awesome.
Decisive.
Yeah.
I think
I-
I also have him in my ultimate team for this season.
Yeah.
Actually,
No,
no, I've got Timo Werner.
That's awesome,
Yeah.
Paolo.
that's so I got to. I mean, he got me through those tables.
Yeah.
Like I got thrashed by kids from the
From Korea, they will be.
I mean, but like, geez, I told them I was 8. I was too embarrassed to tell them my age. But Lacazette never let me down.
All right, so Lacazette for you.
Interesting.
All right, but Jimbo, what you got?
I have an interesting team.
Well, let's hear it.
So front three the same.
Proviso, James is a massive Liverpool fan.
He is. I'm putting your team up so that people know what we're talking about.
Alright.
Front three the same. Mane, Bobby, and Salah. Middle, Wijnaldum, in the place of Thiago. Partey, I don't know how you say his name.
Always injured, yeah.
As the other centre mid, and then the centre defensive mid Fabinho.
Okay.
I think from what I have seen, and it hasn't been an awful lot from Partey, I think he's very good. I think he's underestimated, actually. I don't think he's insane
Yeah.
or incredible. I just think he's underestimated, and he can do the job better than a couple of the Liverpool midfielders at the moment, especially Naby Keita.
Yeah.
Fabinho, solid as a rock. Love him. Left back instead of Andy Robertson. I think he's struggled a bit this season. So I'm going to go with Kieran Tierney.
So you like the Scotland selectors, huh?
Oh, he is also Scottish, eh?
Yeah. So the Scotland actually play Tierney at left back and Robertson at left midfield.
Bit further
Really?
forward,
Yeah.
That's insane.
I agree. It is insane. Tierney can't stay fit. I don't know how people pick him. But
He's
okay.
very good. I think he's incredible.
Oh, we'll see.
Um,
They're ninth. So let's not say incredible.
There you go. Midfield, Cedric.
Mhm.
And bear with me here.
So Cedric on the right.
Cedric on the left.
Huh?
No, wait, but bear with me for this one.
Wait, where's Tierney? What?
Tierney is left back. He can
Okay.
play left back.
Yeah. No, he is the left back. So what do we?
Oh, you wanted me to go right back, right?
No. Okay, you do what you
I
do.
was just going like.
Okay.
You see, you made a mistake.
Good old Paul.
That's good.
2 centre backs, Cedric. From what I've seen from Kabak so far, I think he's done an all right job.
Okay. Kabak. You got Cedric at centre back.
Yeah, he can play centre back.
No, okay. No, I didn't know that, but okay.
Kabak, look, who do you choose?
Can I play in FIFA Ultimate Team?
It's this
You should
Cedric at
see
centre
my
back.
ultimate team. It's wild.
Cedric's like my height, by the way.
That's what I'm saying.
178,
Are you guys
175.
choosing Cedric just because I'm here? Because you don't have to.
No, I like Cedric. I
Because,
have no
uh,
idea why they
y-
don't pick him.
He's not the best. Okay. Yeah.
Oh, he's better than Bellerin. Come on.
I mean, my ultimate team is fire. I'm just saying. Kabak, from what I've seen from him, pretty okay so far. And like I said, who else do you pick?
Okay.
Right back, I went with Trent because on a good day, Trent is world class, incredible.
Okay.
And goalkeeper Alisson, because why would I choose? What's his name? Bert Leno.
All right. Your thoughts on the result this weekend?
You mean predictions,
Yeah.
right? I'm gonna go. Oof. You see, that's why it's tricky for this weekend because both teams are not incredible on form at the moment. But I'd have to say Liverpool might pull it out of the bag, but not by a lot. I think Arsenal give them a run for their money,
So you reckon Liverpool for the victory?
but by the skin of their teeth.
Score?
Score. 2-1.
2-1.
I think Arsenal have the capability to score. Aubameyang, Lacazette, all of them.
Yeah. They also conceded 3 to West Ham. Paolo, your thoughts? Score?
Liverpool by 2.
Wow.
Goodness.
So you
Yeah.
think they're going to blow them away?
Yeah.
Sure.
Wow.
Liverpool is gonna because they hate me. So Liverpool gonna finish strong.
Yeah, I think it's a draw. I think both teams are rubbish right now, and I think 2-2. Both can't defend. Both can. They still got Salah. They still got Aubameyang. 2-2. 2-2 for me.
Yeah, 2-2.
Yep.
You got to write it down. We
I
have to
I
come
don't wear
back
it
on
2-2.
Monday.
Oh, yeah. That'll happen. Fort Knox. All right. Well, that'll be that. We're going to take a little, what you call an intermission. We'll finish off some questions from social media. Paulo Diaz, you have a great weekend, huh?
I will have a great weekend. Thank you very much. I'm glad Premier League's back. I'm glad normal football's back because international football, like it's nice, but it feels like Boswell Wilkie Circus without animals. I don't want to just see the clowns. You know, that's what I'm saying.
No, yeah.
That worked out in the end. I don't know where I went.
You tied it up. No.
Worked
It
out in the end.
worked. It all made sense in the end. It all made sense in the end.
And I just want to say something. Anybody who listens to this on the podcast, whatever you do, subscribe. Just always subscribe.
Yes.
On YouTube, watch us, but subscribe.
Yes.
Because we need that. And if you're listening on the podcast, specifically Apple, review. Give us a nice 5-star review. Maybe say something nice.
Yes.
Just review, because that means that we get up there. And if we're up there, we can keep bringing you more stuff.
Like the Gareth Cliff show was #1 on Apple Podcasts this
Above
week.
Joel Olstein.
Exactly.
We want to be right next to Gareth.
They don't work on listens. They work on reviews.
Oh, there we go.
Give us reviews.
That's called
follow.
an industry pro. So I should be doing that stuff. It's my show. But that's why you get Paulo.
I did tell you to tell people about post notifications yesterday, but did you?
No, but that's why
No,
you
you
get
didn't.
pros in. You know, you get Paulo in. He does what he's supposed to do. Hey, smart people employ great people. That's why Paulo's here.
Just said I'm great because.
No, well, you haven't done anything yet.
What do you mean? I set
Be
up
a
this
big-
whole
it-
thing
it
for the
has to
show.
be a big one because hopefully.
I think did Pogba have the last word?
That's
so,
it. On
so
that
I'm
note,
out.
Paulo Diaz.
Have a great long weekend. Subscribe,
Yeah.
review. 5 stars.
Yes.
That's it.
Just
5
give
stars. Just
Don't-
5
don't push
stars. 5 stars if you listen to this on the podcast. Paulo, you're great. Let's go to the intermission. See you in a little bit. By the way, Spike,
Yeah.
not sure if you know this. You may not have caught it on the previous show, but James is actually struggling to get closure on a relationship.
Yeah, I know you guys mentioned some.
Yeah,
I
he got
didn't get the
broke.
detail, but
Yeah, let me break it down for you. I do like to tell everybody. He got broken up with in matric, during matric exams, and the girl gave him a letter and said, "Don't read it till you get home," and never spoke to him again after that.
Did you read the letter?
I did at school. I did.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
That was a bad idea. I mean, I understand why she said don't read until you get home.
How bad was it? We never actually got into those details. Was it like you're a terrible person, I don't want to be with you, or was it just like I feel like this has run its course, blah blah blah?
It's
like,
not you, it's me.
Yeah.
So I
I'd
feel
rather
like
go with Mike to the matric dance.
Oh, hey,
you laugh. She did. She went with me to the matric dance.
after she
afterwards?
broke up with you.
No, it was we went to matric dance before we broke up
Oh, maybe that's why you
Jeez.
broke up.
Yeah, how bad were you?
because
What
I
did
was
you
a
do?
terrible date.
Did you get
Possibly.
drunk?
I don't know. No.
So
I
what
don't-
happened?
I don't think so. I think I'm just a terrible person.
But I think to be fair, if we think back to our matric days, and we're realistic about it, we were all terrible dates.
Well said.
We were horrible
No,
people.
yeah,
Terrible date.
Yeah.
Couldn't dance.
No.
Late. I was late to mine. I didn't really want to go.
You were late,
I was
but
late picking her up.
you're the person that always tells me to never be late.
James,
Yeah.
listen.
True that.
I'm not the one who got broken up with, so I didn't get it wrong. Yeah, I'm not going to take any advice from you on this one. I'm sorry. Sorry, I got defensive immediately there. But.
Jeez. Everyone just calm down.
So anyway, Spike, that's what happened with James. Good
Sorry to hear it.
Yeah.
Glad you're over it.
It was 6 years ago.
a little. Welcome back to it, the MKT Show. Myself and Jimbo will take you to the end of the show. My name is MKT, by the way. If you are listening to the podcast, remember you can search for the MKT Show. Some people searching for Cliff Central Sport and they're like, hey, what's happening? Am I spelling it wrong? No, it's not on you. It's the MKT Show. That's Mike Kilo Tango, the MKT Show. And like, share, subscribe, and review, as Paolo said. Listen, we're going to finish off with some questions from the socials. James, what you got for us, Paul? Give me the first question.
So I actually got a couple of interesting things this morning when I was prepping for the show, right? Do you want to start with questions during this actual show, or questions that I was looking for this morning?
Let's see what's in the show, and then we'll get the prepared ones to finish off.
Yeah. Okay. So for the show on Twitter, we have going back to the greatest South Americans to ever play in the Premier League. We have I'll always hate Suarez because of his handball against Ghana in the 2010 World Cup and the way he celebrated when they missed the penalty, as well as his behavior towards Evra. That game, I remember it clear as day. That game against Ghana.
Oh, yeah?
That entire World Cup, actually, was incredible.
Yeah, it was
and that game in particular, I don't know why we were watching Uruguay versus Ghana. Oh, it was because I think they were the last African team. Yeah.
That's why everyone's hearts were broken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was incredible.
Yeah, it was something else.
So yeah, that was from earlier. We have another one saying, I still back Mbulelo, disappointed. I call for VAR. Hashtag Pogba versus Drogba.
I totally agree.
I disagree.
I think the evidence is in now that the fix was in. So anyway, we'll investigate that internally and we'll get back to it.
Another Twitter at Eilsley James has always been obsessed with Henderson. Never understood the hype. So overrated. Look, I don't think he's David Beckham midfielder level, but I think in recent years Klopp has turned him into an incredible player.
Hey, listen, he clearly offers that leadership. Like, not everybody needs to be a superstar,
Sure.
right? You need your Gilbertos, you need your Claude Makeleles, you need your Contes, you need, and he's clearly the glue. And sometimes with talent, you need that personality
Sure.
type who doesn't want to be popular. And one thing you have to give Jordan Henderson is since the beginning, even at Sunderland, he was captain very, very young. So there's clearly something about him.
Yeah.
It's not just the coaches. Is from very young. I think he's 23. He was Sunderland captain, his boyhood club.
Yeah.
So you got to say there is something about him, and the numbers don't lie. They've won with him as the glue.
There has to be.
Now, it's not a talent thing, clearly, but the talent isn't enough.
You know what I think he does really well is
Lift trophies.
that too. Him and Van Dijk are very good at, and maybe it's the way that Klopp has structured Liverpool. Those long balls that Van Dijk and Henderson play?
Yeah.
Those to open up the sort of central midfield and playing those long balls to Mane or Salah, who's making far runs.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah. No, he's not the most talented, but results are results, right?
There you go. We have more YouTube, and then I'll get on to what I found this morning.
Mm-hmm.
Jesse said, I say Arteta is going to surprise everyone with a win.
This weekend.
Yeah.
If they don't win, it will be very, very interesting to see how Arsenal fans go, because it could get a little bit ugly. I think the honeymoon's over for Arteta. Do you know what? I think rebuilding and your 7th, 6th is a different story. If Arsenal come 11th, 10th, imagine they finish behind Villa and Wolves, and imagine Arsenal coming 11th.
How do I tell my kids that Arsenal once finished 11th?
Do you know what I mean? And they spent money as well. It's not like Aubameyang was free. It's not Partey. They just dropped 50 mil. You know what I mean? They spent money on bringing Ceballos back. That's an expensive team. Xhaka cost a lot of money. So
David Luiz also came back, not for the same price tag, but
8 mil. Yeah, but still, they've spent money. You
Yeah.
know, their team isn't they're not worse than Aston Villa. You shouldn't be below
Exactly.
Villa. You shouldn't be below Wolves. These are the teams they're behind. It's Arsenal Football Club on 9th. It's very, very interesting to me, because if they come 11th, love to know what people think. But I don't know if he survives the season then, because that's.
I was about to say, do you think he gets the sack if they come 11th?
Do you know what? I don't think they can afford to, because then what? You got to restart again. I wouldn't. Are you asking me whether I would, or do I think he will get the sack?
I was asking if you think he will.
I think he will. If they come below 8th, I think there's going to be problems. That's not a rebuild. That's a disaster.
Yeah, I mean,
because you're not worse than Aston Villa. There's no reason Aston Villa should be above Arsenal.
exactly. You're not playing Champions League. You're not playing Europa League.
So what's your excuse for the rest of the season if you're Arsenal? See, oh, he's got problems. He's got
Big
problems.
issues,
Yeah.
boys. Another one. Liverpool is an animal
Mhm.
that's been backed into a corner. I think this game is theirs.
Wow. Who said that?
Kuchle.
Gutle, yeah. Okay,
Uh,
Gutle Nkosi.
There you go.
Yeah.
Nice. Nailed it. I'm
Um,
sorry if I butchered your name. I'm so sorry.
After guy, I mean, what you gonna do? You know, you guys are just in there
I'm
editing.
bad at remembering names. I'm
Yeah.
bad at knowing names.
All right.
Call me a no-name brand.
No name brand.
Whoa.
wow, wowza. Yeah, it'd be an interesting game because I think it's also a problem if Liverpool lose. I think top four's over. Like right now, it's like we're 6 points off. If Chelsea slip up,
That's like I said just now. I think we're still, in for a run with top four if we finish strong, but we won't be for a long time if we keep up our current form. We won't be in the run for top four.
I agree. All right. Next one.
Cool. So that's about it for the actual live show today. So a couple of interesting things that I saw this morning. We were actually well prepped about an hour and a half before the show. So I had a bit of time on my hands. And I was looking through social media to see what are the big sports questions at the moment. What are the big
Word on the
trending
street.
Yeah, what's the trending topics in the sports world? And I had a look to see maybe if there's something to do with Springbok rugby. And I thought back to last year. Remember when they released Chasing the Sun?
I still haven't seen that.
It is
I'll watch it.
truly, truly incredible.
I've heard tear jerking. Yeah.
Oh, tear jerking completely.
Mm.
And I just feel like, we had that conversation. I don't know what day of the week it was, but we had that conversation on the show about international rugby or needing to be scrapped for the sake of rugby.
Yeah, absolutely.
I had a sort of change of mindset this morning. Teams like South Africa that have gone to the World Cup and seeing in a post-tournament documentary what the process was, what happened behind the scenes. I think it restores some of your patriotism in your country.
Mm-hmm.
I've never been a massive patriot.
Yeah.
But watching that documentary, I got goosebumps, and it was tear jerking. And I think that's where the positives in international rugby lie. Even if it is a game against New Zealand at Ellis Park
For the 10th time in a year.
for the 10th time in a year, I've been to a couple of Springbok games that are just international tests. There's no trophy. That's all it is. And still, when the Springboks run out and MP runs out in front of them, it is truly something that gives me goosebumps and makes you proud to be a South African. So I think in that sense, international rugby, I think it could stay.
No, fair enough. I mean, I completely disagree, but that's fine. I'd love to know what other people think. Hashtag the MKT Show. You can let us know on the Tweet Monster. What are your thoughts? Should international rugby? Are you with James here? Is the sort of a nostalgia and the feel-good factor of 80 minutes of the Springboks playing the All Blacks for the 400th time a year, is that worth it? Because maybe you've seen the documentary and you think, listen, the Springboks for some people are a very unifying sort of
Sure.
factor within the history of the country. We all remember '95. I was at that World Cup final actually. So yeah, could be, James. I'd love to know what people think.
Just my thoughts.
Just a thought. Yeah.
And then a couple of more things. We have a result on that poll we held earlier this week. Should international football be scrapped? 7 votes. 57% says yes. 42% says no.
So I think they're with us.
There you go. Another interesting thing. I think the poll we put out yesterday was I think it caught people's attention. We had 45 votes in that poll.
Let's hear it.
Is it okay to have access to your partner's phone?
And what
53.3% of people say yes.
Wow. So you should have access
Well, I mean, not you should, but is it okay to?
Okay, cool. So
Um,
basically, they're saying I do want the access to my partner.
I would think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then obviously 46.7% say no.
That's a big. So half the world thinks stay out of your partner's phone.
Well, I mean, half of 45 people.
But still, I mean, that's you know. So what most people there are saying, I want access,
Yeah,
but still, that's like half the people saying.
that's insane.
Well, I think it makes sense because careful what you want to find out, because when you find out, how are you going to respond?
Don't come crying to me when you find out.
Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like you'll find what you're looking for.
Exactly.
So yeah, that's always a tricky one. Listen, 2 passwords. There we go. That's the solution.
I've got a facial recognition. I've got fingerprint, and I've got a password.
So there's no way your girlfriend can get in your phone.
Well, if she wants to, she can. I'm not going to be like, no, don't touch my phone. But I mean, I think I put passwords there more as a security for other people.
Okay. So you're not trying to keep your partner out your phone. You're
Mm-mm.
not doing anything salacious.
Yeah, my friends, they know my password, so I need to still change that. But I mean, like, you get,
Yeah.
sometimes there's,
They will Facebook,
especially,
they'll
especially
jump on
at,
Facebook, and then they'll change it.
exactly at
Yeah.
varsity or high school,
I'm with you.
and now it's just become a
Yeah.
force of habit. I mean, it doesn't happen much these days. But
I'm
anyway,
with
I digress.
you. Yeah.
We got a comment on one of our shows the other day, post show. I have to really squeeze into my screen here. Pep building a dynasty at Man City. Last thing a Man United fan wants to hear, particularly when we have been rebuilding for 8 years.
That's so true.
It
That
is.
is so. You know what? It's all good and well if your brother or sister are successful and they're on the other side of the world. It's, if you've got siblings, it's like you got to be really, really secure. Like I'm really, really lucky that my sibling is extremely successful, but we, in our later lives, have secured our relationship, and we're both very individually secure people. But
Sure.
I do know a lot of people where, and it's not the fault of the parents, and parents have favorite kids. Like, let's get over it. And
I'm
I
my
know,
mom's favorite.
yeah, sure. Is that what she tells you that, and then tells your brother the same thing. You're my favorite. But it's such a tough situation. Just to use an analogy, is that if your sibling's successful and lives next door to you and comes over to every family lunch with his beautiful wife and his beautiful family and his beautiful car that he changes every 3 years, it can be a bit overwhelming for some people.
Sure.
But if they're successful and they're in Australia and you're here, it opens up your personality a little bit, because you never fall into that shadow, because we're all different personality types. And in that sense, Man United being in the doldrums is a situation, right? Because Man City are right there. It's not like it's, if Southampton were successful now, for instance, it's a problem. But now Man City, you drive past their stadium every day. They're going to build statues every day. It's on the local radio stations every day. It's like living at home again. Those siblings when you're younger and your sister's getting A's all the time, you getting D's. Like, that's not something you can avoid. It's not the next door neighbor's kids. It's every day.
Yeah.
And then you see your sister's trophies. You know what I mean? Imagine that situation. That ain't easy.
I think it's very gut wrenching for Man United fans, because it is your sibling or your sister,
Yeah.
and they are right there. And the fact that they are building this dynasty when, like the comment says, Man United been trying to rebuild or build something for 8 years.
It's a kick in the guts.
It's hard.
It's a kick in the guts. All right. What else we got?
We have, I think this is actually, is it the last one? We did the international football one, right?
Yeah.
So someone tweeted, it's no one important really, it was just something that I had seen. It says, I'm actually serious and I want to hear your guys' opinions on this.
Yeah,
Anyway, they didn't tweet the show, it was just a random tweet from someone. Which of these two has been the best striker for Chelsea? And it's a photo of Timo Werner and Alvaro Morata.
come on.
And I saw this photo and something clicked in my head. I think there's a curse at Chelsea
Let's hear
for
it.
strikers,
Yeah.
because Fernando Torres went there, useless.
Yeah, but he was injured anyway at Liverpool. He wasn't even the same at Liverpool, but okay.
Yeah, I mean,
And won the Champions League and FA Cup double, by the way. People say he was a failure.
I mean,
He had a better career than he had at Liverpool, but okay.
everyone remembers the open goal miss that he did. Anyway, he wasn't the same Fernando Torres.
Sure.
Um,
Shevchenko
Shevchenko.
hmm
There's
had a shocker.
Alvaro Morata, who was performing in in Italy at Juve, and also I think he was at Atleti.
Yeah, Atleti. Oh, he's at Atleti now. Oh, no, he's not. Suarez is there now, yeah.
Mm.
But he was there before, yeah?
Then he came to Chelsea, and you're an out and out striker, and you're not scoring goals. And then you have Timo Werner, who started okay.
Yeah.
But again, you're an out and out striker, and you're not.
Banging the goals.
Yeah, you're not a prolific one. I mean, look at him last night. He missed an open goal.
So listen, yeah, that was awful. By the way, Germany lost to Macedonia, if you don't know that. I think the Werner thing's a tough one because a lot of people don't remember, but I was living there when Drogba arrived in the UK. His first season wasn't all that great, by the way. I think he got 15 goals. He really, really struggled. I think second season, we judge Timo Werner, if he doesn't get 15 plus in the league next season, then we got a problem.
Yeah, but you're Chelsea Football Club. Why aren't your strikers getting 15 plus?
I agree. I think that's been a big problem, and we don't create chances. I think that's another big reason. But I'm not out on Werner yet, and I do hear that. But come on, Morata was awful.
He was.
No, stop.
He was. I wonder
It's
what
not even
his
close.
actual record was.
I mean, he did win, I think, the FA Cup, but no, stop it. It's not close. There was a time when him and Fabregas were connecting with those passes over the top for a little series of the season. But no, stop.
No.
And Morata's not even the same category player. Werner gives you so much.
So you vote Werner, hey?
Not even close.
Over
It's not even
Morata.
close. It's not. There's not even a. For
I
me,
mean, I think a lot of people would.
for me, it's not even a conversation. All right, that's our social media questions for today.
Yeah.
Good stuff, Jimbo.
Looks to be the case.
All right, well, that's good stuff. And ladies and gentlemen, that is the show. My name is MKT. Remember, like, share, subscribe, go and rate us if you are on Apple Podcasts. It is Easter weekend. I've said it before, family, the most important thing. Please be safe. Number one, wherever you are on this third rock from the sun, please be safe this weekend. Whatever you get up to, have a good time. Try and spend as much time with the loved ones as possible. We're back to work on Tuesday. Be safe, be healthy, and as they say, stay blessed. For this week, it has been an absolute honor. I've been with James Ellingsley. I am MKT. This is the MKT Show. This is Cliff Central Sport. But for now and for this week, we are the hell out of here.